everyone, it's Connie Stewart with SimplySimpleStamping.com, and I'm here to share with you how to create this sweet little treat box. It's just going to be perfect for, well, I don't know, just about any little treat, don't you think? My daughter just started her own tea business, and she wanted to come up with a sweet project that she could maybe put some teas in to share with her friends. And so this is the little treat container that we came up with, and I'm going to share with you how we created it. So let's get started. I'm going to begin with a piece of Coastal Cabana cardstock, and this has been cut to 10.5 inches by 4.25 inches. So I can get 2 of these boxes out of just one sheet of Coastal Cabana cardstock. Now I've done some scoring on my 10.5 by 4.25 inch cardstock. I've scored that at 1/2 inch, 3 inches, 5.5 inches, and 8 inches. That's with the long side up in the top of my Simply Scored, so that's going along here. I then went and put it in my Simply Scored with the short side up, and I scored it at 1/2 inch and 3 inches. All right, so that's our scoring. So let's go ahead and start to prep our box. This was really easy to do. We've got this short tab here. This is my little 1/2 inch side. And we are just going to take this little tiny square up here in the corner, and we're going to trim that away. And then we've got a little rectangle down here in the other corner, and we want to trim that away as well. All right, so we've got those removed. Now, on this 1.25 inch strip that we have here, this is so easy. We're just going to cut right along those score lines, right up to the other score. Super easy. Okay, so we've got all those cut. You're now going to take your bone folder, and we're going to crease these inward. These are my big long ones. Now that short side, you notice we didn't do any cutting on that. We don't want to, but we're going to fold that out going the other way. So kind of a little bit of an accordion. I think you can see that there. Now let's fold all of these pieces here, and we're going to fold those inward. And you're going to give all of those a really good crease. You know, when it comes to boxes, a bone folder is, you know, it's going to be your absolute best friend. Because when it comes to boxes, we really want nice, firm creases. All right, we have that done. We're going to put some sticky strip here on the end. I have that already done here for you. So we're going to remove that sticky strip that's on that tab. And we're just going to adhere our box together like so. All right, so there's our box. You can see how it's kind of coming together. Now we're going to do that classic fold. You guys all know the classic box fold on the bottom. Tuck that inside so that we can now, we're actually going to use the bottom of this to fill our treat container. So that's what works out well. I can make these up in advance, and when I'm ready to fill it, I can fill it from the bottom. Okay, so I've got that done. You can see how my box is kind of coming together. I'm going to set this off to the side so I can work on the topper. Now my topper is actually done with the Seasons of Style Designer Series paper stack. Oh my gosh, this is the greatest. Check this out, you guys. The Designer Series paper stack has 24 sheets that are double-sided, polka dots on one side, love, 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 and then the cherry cobbler stripes on the other. The other 24 sheets, yes, there's 48 in all. We've got this great Christmas chevron on one side, and on this side, these gorgeous polka dots. I'm going to use the polka dots today because you guys know me and my polka dots. So I'm going to tear out a sheet. I'm then going to cut this in half, which is going to be cut at 3.25 because this is 6.5 inches long. So just cut it in half. And then I'm going to come in with our Deco label framelits. I loved these. I'm going to use the second from the largest there. And you're just going to lay that on your Designer Series paper and run that through. Remember, we've cut this in half. I know I'm not doing it for you, but you're going to run that through, and wow, didn't I just say that we got 2 boxes out of one sheet of cardstock? No, you're going to get 2 toppers out of one piece of that Designer Series paper stack. So get this, with this little paper stack, you could actually make, with just that one pattern, you could make 48 of these little babies. Fabulous, right? You could be making treats for everybody. So we're going to take that. I've got that already cut out, already ready. Let's just give that a little fold in half. Line that up. I'm going to take my bone folder and give that a good crease. I can now come in with my box And I'm just gonna, I hope you can see this here, we're just gonna give this a little pinch. And sometimes these little ends like to buckle just a tiny bit. If you'll just give them just a little quickie pinch there, they're really gonna go and tuck in very nicely. So there's our box. Let's add our topper. And we'll just kind of center that up. And I'm going to come in with my crocodile. I don't know what kind of, whoops, let me center that up again. Whatever kind of hole punch you like to use, I still just love to use my crocodile. It's still just one of my favorites because it cuts like butter. All right, so I've got that in. I'm now going to use this absolutely stunning silver ribbon. Now this and that designer series paper is actually going to be available August 1st, 2013 in our holiday catalog. Trust me, you want to get your hands on this ribbon. This stuff is gorgeous. I love it. It's got the most fantastic shine. I swear if I looked at it long enough, I could probably see my reflection. All right, we're going to tie this in a bow, and then I'll be back in just a minute to show you how to finish it up. All right, I've got my box all ready to go. It's looking beautiful. Was I right about that ribbon? It really is pretty. We're going to gussy this up just a little bit more. I'm going to come in with the Delicate Details lace. I loved this stuff, and actually I got to give credit to Jose. She's the one who kind of got me started on this when our very first Stampin' Girls Gone Wild. She's the one that shared how to use this tape. I'm going to cut it down into 4. And then I'm going to cut it in half, which is so easy with this because you're just really going to follow the dots of the tape. And oh look, we're going to have enough for 2 boxes. I know, it's pretty awesome, huh? Okay, so I've got my half piece of my delicate tape. We're just going to peel it. One thing I love about this stuff, it's really forgiving. So if you didn't get it dead on right when you want it on the first time, if you don't press too hard, you can actually lift it and get it again. So I'm just going to line that up with the bottom of my box. Did pretty good there. We're going to give that a press, and I'm just going to trim off this excess here. Whoops, I got a little staticky going on. Trim off that excess. So that kind of dressed up the bottom there. Now my last little thing, well, not my last little thing because I got to get a sentiment on there too. The Simply Pressed clay flowers. You guys have seen my video on that. Love these little guys. I'm just going to take a mini glue dot. Whoops, come on, press. So I will not be outdone by a piece of mini glue dot that doesn't want to work. So I'm going to come in with some Tombow. That's also going to be stubborn. There we go. Let's get some Tombow glue on there. I'm going to add my Simply Clay flower. You guys have heard me say it so many times. Always when you're on camera, that's when things do not want to work. But I must admit, it is awfully humid here in Oklahoma today. Thank you, God, for the rain. We needed it. So there's my little pretty little flower. You notice I didn't even color it or anything. I was quite happy with it just like that. Now, you remember I said we were going to have this little extra piece left over and I wanted you to save it. Well, I cut it down to 2 inches and cut a little flag, and I stamped in some baked brown sugar, and I used the My Friend stamp from the 6-sided sampler. It was just perfect for this, and I stamped that on there. I've got a little dimensional here on the back, and we are just going to tuck that right underneath my bow. Slide that over just a little bit. And now I really do have a cute little project, and I think Christina's going to really like putting her special little teas in her special little boxes. So, well guys, thanks so much for checking out today's video. Now remember, everything I used today, you can find it at simplysimplestamping.com. There's an order online button. Click on that. All these little goodies that you need, it can be delivered right to your door. Well, thanks again for tuning in. I sure do appreciate you guys so much. Hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.